the Salmon Savages, and the coach there, Stu Portilla, stalking the sidelines. Ethan Talbot with the pass, it gets knocked away, but Derek Williams will pick it up and get the loose ball shot, and it drops. And Firth was up, and then Cody Messick will feed Alan Whitman, who will lay it in right here. Firth wins it. 73-71 is the final. Let's check some boys' scores.
In Firth, Idaho tonight, there was a big game going on. It was Firth and West Jefferson. Remember, Firth is ranked in the top 5. Here's a West Jefferson guy. He sneaks inside for the 2 points. And from the corner, though, here's Derek Williams, and he nails that baseline tray, and it's good. And they're dancing there, too. Williams, again, comes down, takes the bounce pass, and he's up for the shot. He scores. Firth wins it 59-37. Enough said about those guys. Might mention Sky Nightcast.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Carol Honus.
And I'm Jay Hildebrandt. It's every parent's worst nightmare. A busload of local high school basketball players tipped over today.
Now, the ball players were from Firth High School on their way to a game in Chalice. Chris joins us now, and we reported at 6 o'clock that there were no serious injuries, but you met with some of the team players and coach.
That's probably the good word, yeah. What really happened here is it really puts things in perspective. The players and coaches that we talked to say that when an accident like this happens, it really makes you sit back and think, hey, sports is not so important. And we might mention, too, that 7 people were taken to the Bingham Memorial Hospital in Blackfoot. 6 were just looked at, checked over, released. One lady who was a bookkeeper was advised she might want to stay overnight. She fractured some ribs, stay overnight for some more observation. She will probably be going home tomorrow. Fortunately, she is the only person staying in the hospital overnight. The cause of the accident is kind of still up in the air, although they do say that it was not a blown tire. They feel it was some sort of a mechanical problem. And this evening, the bus is at Firth High School, by the way. The police were checking out the bus and seeing what sort of mechanical problem may have caused this accident. Fortunately, it didn't turn out so bad.
Okay, everybody's going to be all right, and you will have interviews during the sportscast.
All right, thanks,
Thanks,
Chris.
Chris. Turning now to our region's top story, the results of today's highly publicized Energy Summit meeting. Governor Andrus and Deputy Energy Secretary
there in Firth were on pins and needles this afternoon when they heard a busload of Firth basketball players was involved in an accident. A bus went out of control and rolled, but call it a miracle, nobody seriously injured.
In a bar pit, sliding down the road, I was just thinking, boy, that bus was teetering in a ditch, and if it would have went over then and busted some windows, we could have had kids flying out of the bus, and it was a miracle we came through it.
Yeah, I'm glad it worked out pretty good for the best. Yeah, we were really lucky. It seemed like it took forever. It seemed like we were wrecking for 30 minutes, but I guess 10 seconds, but...
Now, tonight's game with Chalice was indeed canceled, but Saturday they have a date with Teton. Firth now has to decide what it wants to do.
I just hope we can get back together and get playing ball again. We've been playing good lately, and I think we can continue it.
Do you want to play Saturday against Teton?
I don't know. I want to play Teton when we're 100%, but if we have to play them Saturday.
As for the parents of the ball players, now they would like to maybe see that thing go on. They're certainly thankful, but Saturday they have a date with Teton. We mentioned the accident looked worse than it actually was.
Knowing there were that many kids and they came out as well as they did, it is amazing, and we're grateful.
Well, the players and coaches certainly thankful tonight. Now, some players were taken to the hospital, but fortunately, one was left overnight for observation and further looks. Police tonight looking at the bus over there at Firth High School to see if mechanical problems did indeed lead to that accident. So some good news maybe out of that whole thing after all. Well, Firth will decide what it wants to do, but tonight there were a bunch of basketball games on the high school docket. Let's check the game at Skyline High, the Indians.
3.
Area high schoolers as the first team bus goes off the road along US 91. Details just ahead. After what must have been a terrifying afternoon. Good evening, everyone. I'm Laurel Porter. Tom Fagan is on assignment this evening. At about 1 this afternoon, the team bus bound for a night game in Chalice skidded off the road, landing on its side. Despite the damage to the bus, everyone escaped without serious injury.
Well, it was scary, and it took a long time. It seemed like it went in slow motion.
That's how Cody Messick remembers it. The school bus he was riding in skidding off Highway 91 south of Firth around 1 o'clock this afternoon. The Firth high schooler and his teammates were on their way to Chalice for an evening basketball game. A blown tire is a suspected cause of a chain reaction accident. According to the Idaho State Police, the special events bus drifted off the road, spun around, then tipped over. Inside, around 3 dozen people. Help came quickly. Within minutes, 4 ambulances were on the scene. The air helicopter dispatch was canceled en route, not needed. At Eastern Idaho Regional Medical Center, they prepared for the worst, but didn't need to.
What's wonderful about the event is that nobody was injured badly. They're all minor to moderate injuries.
29 students went by bus to Ermac, all treated and released. 6 others and an adult were rushed to Bingham Memorial Hospital. Investigators combed through the wreckage today, taking pictures, trying to determine a cause. Whatever the cause, students and parents can breathe a bit easier tonight. It wasn't the disaster it could have been.
It's a disaster from the standpoint of sheer numbers, but from the standpoint of injuries, I wouldn't classify it to be a major disaster by any stretch of the imagination.
One adult remains at Bingham Memorial tonight with only minor injuries, and we're sure glad it wasn't more serious than it was. Steve Cannon joins us now with tonight's 3 cast, and after some really cold nights, are we going to warm up a little bit?
School bus crash this afternoon. Idaho State troopers say the Firth High School boys basketball teams were heading for Chalice on Highway 91. 2 of the rear tires blew. The bus veered off the road, then back on, then fell on its side. 43-year-old Annette Dial remains in Bingham Memorial Hospital with broken ribs. She is a scorer for the teams. 7 boys from the teams were treated and released.
And to have a basketball team for the rest of the season.
I think they will.
Good
news.
Well, residents there in Firth were on pins and needles this afternoon when they heard a busload of Firth basketball players was involved in an accident. A bus went out of control and rolled, but call it a miracle, nobody seriously injured.
Bar pit, sliding down the road. I was just thinking, boy, that bus was teetering in a ditch.
The area high school students had last week off, but they're back in the classroom now, and therefore we resume the Student Athlete of the Week. He's Kyle Williams of Firth High School. Kyle has lettered in 5 sports for the Cougars. Golf, cross country. He placed 5th in the triple jump at the state meet. He played several positions for the Cougar football team, and now he suits up as number 20 for Firth's basketball team. He averages about 9 points and 8 rebounds per game. Head coach Stuart Portella usually puts Kyle on the opposing team's better scorers because of his defensive strengths. Not only did Kyle help shoot down a couple of scores last night, he added 14 of Firth's 64 points as well. The Cougar coaches praise Kyle for his versatility and intelligence. He does hold a 3.84 GPA, so he's well deserving of this plaque donated by Jim's Trophy Room. Thank you to the impressive win over Malad. Pirates hoping to hand Firth its first conference loss. Their Student Athlete of the Week, Kyle Williams. He finds Jason Meekum inside Alan Whitman for the score. Firth with a 2-0 early lead. Then on the break, it'll be Williams taking it all the way himself and laying it in nicely off the glass. 4-0 in the first quarter. David Scouter takes it baseline and gets held up. He gets it to Luke Allen, though, inside. But it wasn't enough. Firth comes away with a 74-55 win on the board. Conference met in Bingham County. Fans a little fidgety. They didn't want the equipment to fail in their home gym, and like it didn't. The Cougs get on top with good passing. Jason Meekum gets it inside and scores. Gabriel Bolt kisses the silk for Aberdeen down on the other end amongst a few Cougar defenders. Then Meekum again, driving, shooting, rebounding, and scoring. He does it all. He gets his own shot here and puts it in off the glass. The final, a 20-point win for Firth, 69-49, and everybody wants to get into the act. On the Firth Lady Cougars looking to earn that first berth for an Eastern Idaho team into the championship game. And it was a dancing affair over at Skyline High School. It was a packed house in the third quarter. Rory Hewitt inside for Lapway, 47-47 the score after 3 quarters. We go to fourth quarter action. Jill Hansen with the lay-in off the fast break, giving Firth an 8-point lead, and there was no time left for Lapway to come back. A 70-62 win. Firth is in the championship. In game 2, it was Glens Ferry and Malad going at it, and the Malad
in the background over to Skyline High School and the Taj McGrizz. Firth taking on Lapway. Firth striking first. Kim Mitchell with the nice lay-in for the Cougars. They led by 3 at the quarter. Lapway's Catherine Ateo, though, to Margaret McCormick, who lays it in. No hesitation. Yes, it's good. They love that. But Firth comes back. The mighty Cougars. Corrine Jolly bumps and scores. Firth wins it 70-62 is the final in that one. Other A3 scores for you. In that one, we'll take a look. Ryrie beats Grangeville 48.
Tiger Den, if you will, over at Idaho Falls High School. The Firth fans packed it in. Guess we don't have that video for you. Maybe we can get it for you in just a second. In college, well, there it is. Hey, we didn't let you down. The Firth fans making the trip over to Idaho Falls after the girls' state tournament. In the fourth quarter, that was Jason Stevens with a three-pointer, and it was 52-35 Cougars at that point. The Firth fans looking for a little rhythm, and they don't get it. Stevens comes back with another two-pointer. The Vikings clawing back. Jason Meekum will miss here, but Kyle Williams gets the putback on the rebound, and there's the ref. You saw it first right here on Channel 3. That's what he said, folks. You can trust me.
Tonight we visit Firth High School, where this evening's ambassador leader heads up just about everything that she gets involved in. Tonight's ambassador leader is brought to you by the United Dairymen of Idaho and Westmark Federal Credit Union. Now pick an area, any area. How about volleyball? Natalie Williams has been captain. Basketball? Ditto for that. Homecoming? She headed it up. The Cougar Pride Association? She's president. Oh, and yeah, she's the student body president, too.
I've learned to accept more responsibilities and learn to delegate and to have people help me instead of doing it all myself.
Natalie has been a leader in her church youth group and is active in Natural Helpers and her seminary class. She believes accomplishments come only through time, hard work, and sacrifice, and just plain getting involved.
I think the key is getting involved in school, going to activities, meeting new people so that you don't feel like you're alone, so you can always have somebody that you can talk to and be with.
Congratulations to Natalie. She's thinking about attending Idaho State or Utah State and studying elementary education.
All right.
I got to keep you posted on my gingerbread house I'm building here. I had all the panels cut out, and last night my son Parker completely destroyed one and broke it. And